Now we're talking Shakespeare, who's enjoying yet another surge in modern-day popularity due to the Oscar-nominated film Hamnet. It tells the story of William Shakespeare's family life and a tragic loss while writing perhaps his most famous play, Hamlet.
I am myself indifferent on it.
Again!
Do you not wonder what is in it?
In what?
The play.
What shall I do?
Keep your heart open. Look.
Shakespeare's plays are kept alive and present on local stages through the work of Austin Shakespeare. Right now, they're working on a fresh and inventive approach to the shortest, but perhaps the bloodiest of the Bard's 30 plays, Macbeth. Joining us now are Marc Pouhe, who plays Macbeth, and Megha Pancholi, who is the dramaturg for this production. We'll have more on what that means in a moment, but thank you both for being here.
Glad to be here.
Thank you so much. I'm excited.
So it's interesting that Hamlet, which is central to the movie Hamnet, and Macbeth, they both have such blood and death. How do you guys enjoy working on these deeply dramatic plays and roles versus comedy?
Well, first of all, comedy is very much based in timing and based in reaction. But people say, and I always like to think, that you play a comedy as deadly serious as possible, because the humor comes out of the circumstances and the reality. With drama, obviously you play it seriously, but you find moments of lightheartedness. It is a violent play. There is violence, but it's not unfounded. And I try to motivate everything in the play through the tactics that are used, the things that I'm trying to achieve, the objectives. So it's a great challenge, and it's really enjoyable.
I'm sure it is. And can you explain what your role is as a dramaturg and this unique interpretation of Macbeth? It's set in Africa. So can you talk about your role and also what you hope the audience takes away from this unique approach?
Absolutely. So I am a consultant. I work with some of the research on Shakespeare and about the research on the Africa adaptation aspect of this. So we wanted to make a very understandable, digestible production of Macbeth. And this accomplishes exactly that and creates this sort of fictional nation that is a part of Africa.
And part of the origin story of this specific production, I reached out to our director. I'm actually a board member of Austin Shakespeare. I'm the vice president. But I reached out to her because I read in the news about Ibrahim Traoré. He's the acting president of Burkina Faso. It's a Central African, West African republic. I was very intrigued about the idea of someone coming from military ranks and taking control of a government, which he has since 2022. So I saw the parallels in that and Macbeth's ascension to power. So we haven't made a specific country. We really want to focus on Pan-Africanism because there's different countries mentioned. There's Madagascar, there's Egypt, there's Congo, there's the Democratic Republic of the Congo as well. But we're really digging into that in our design elements and in our sound and our music. We're not making specific statements about one specific country, but we're really finding that ambition and thirst for power and consequences of that thirst are universal themes that can be addressed in Africa, in Eastern Europe, in Asia, anywhere that there's any kind of end in our country as well.
And you're so right. These themes, they're eerily topical in today's society. Power, power madness, ambition, they're universal. Why do you think 400 years later, people are still coming back to see new interpretations of Shakespeare's work?
I'll let you tackle this one as a drama.
There's just so much to do with the themes. So our production of Macbeth very much focuses on themes of time, ambition, guilt, paranoia, what happens when a character is overambitious. And like you mentioned, timing is everything. So these are just timeless themes that can be adapted into various different, locations, different genres, different productions.
And also, it's a great story. These are great stories. They're timeless stories. They're the reason we read the Bible over and over. They're the reason we read the Odyssey. They're a reason we read African fairy tales, Anansi the spider. These are great stories that can be applied to so many different elements, different countries, different times. Shakespeare was a genius, the way he put stories together. Yeah, he borrowed from a lot of cultures as well, but those are themes that are timeless.
And what do you guys think of the popularity of the movie Hamnet? Has that helped you guys with a resurgence of interest in your production?
I've had some questions about it. I haven't had a chance to see it. I've been in rehearsals, but
you've been busy doing Shakespeare.
I've been busy, but I think it's always great to have any kind of outside influence, any kind of popular resurgence, bring the people to the classics. My job as an actor is not to place Shakespeare on an elevated plane. My job is to have a 10-year-old kid come to the show, have a husband who was dragged to the theater, be excited to see something. And my first rule is if I don't understand what I'm saying, then the audience won't either. So I want to reach across the aisle, reach across to many different audiences, and make this as universally acceptable as possible.
And it really seems there is a resurgence of interest in the classics. We're talking about Wuthering Heights, Hamnet, and then there is going to be a new adaptation of the Odyssey soon. So looking forward to more productions from y'all in the future. We want to say break a leg to you both, Marc Pouhe and Megha Pancholi. Thank you so much for sharing your experience about the upcoming production of Macbeth.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and leave us a comment below to let us know your thoughts on this video. And don't forget, you can watch full episodes of Austin Insight for free in the PBS app.